Eddie G. TV. Eddie G TV. Eddie G TV. Eddie G TV. Eddie G TV. What up? This is Eddie G TV. I got my guest, Jessica, the Sea Shepherd warrior.
Go Sea Shepherd.
So how long you been messing with Sea Shepherd for?
Like a minute now. Like at least, I would say 5 years. Something like that.
Okay.
Kind of a veteran Sea Shepherd. I'm just kidding. I just do what I can.
How long have they been around for? Like time?
Don't ask me facts I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
like a really long time.
Well, I figure you've been with them like for 5 years. Like, you know a little bit of the history, right?
Wow. Okay. So
wow.
70s and sometime in the 70s.
Okay.
It was founded in the 70s, but I don't know. You might want to Google that.
Okay, do your Googles. Like, yeah, we say false shit on here all the time. So.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so
it's been around for 50 years.
That's what the comment section is for, so people can correct, right?
Roast me later. It's okay.
Okay, so sharks or whales?
Sharks.
Why sharks over whales?
Whales have a lot of friends. The world's kind of scared of sharks, so sharks have been here since, before the dinosaurs, before the trees. They're the king of the ocean, and in my opinion, if you kill the king, you kind of fuck up the kingdom. So,
right.
They've got big teeth, and they've kind of accidentally come into contact with some humans swimming in the beaches and stuff like that. So, people are scared of them. But
I can definitely relate to that because I feel like I'm a king.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, so I can relate to that.
I see how you could feel that.
Yeah.
King
so
Eddie. All hail King Eddie G.
Yeah, right. I think it just sounds good with the King Eddie.
King Eddie.
Like Eddie G's like my.
I feel like King Eddie might be better than Eddie G. You might have just come up with a new title right now.
Boom, boom, boom,
we could have made history right here.
Right. restart my whole show. King Eddie G.
I like it. Yeah. I think when you're younger, maybe just Eddie G. But now that you're kind of getting up there in age,
right?
You might need to switch it up to King Eddie G. People start taking this shit serious.
Yeah, when I started this, I was only a prince. Now I'm like,
Now I'm interviewing you. See how I just flipped that around?
Right. So, what's your favorite type of shark?
Hammerhead shark.
The hammerhead shark. Okay.
Yeah. But I've went swimming with a whole bunch of different types of sharks, and swimming with bull sharks was way more fun, in my opinion. Like.
Okay. Why?
They're just more curious. Hammerhead sharks, they're very afraid of us, and they're kind of hard to get close to. They're very skittish, even with bait around. Like when I went swimming with them, I was in the Bahamas. Yeah. There's a small island there, and there was one great hammerhead shark and a whole bunch of other types of sharks. But the hammerhead shark would stay kind of as far away from the people and the scuba divers as possible, out of like this circle where like the bait was. Yeah. So like they're smart, and they can actually feel our heartbeat, so they can tell like if you're afraid or like if you're excited to see them. And they've never killed a human ever. Kind
of like how dogs do. Dogs can tell like if you're if you're nervous or you're.
Another cool thing about them is they have these.
I wonder how many animals. I wonder how many animals really have that.
What, that ability?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, because you said they have it. Dogs have it for sure.
Yeah.
But
Dolphins. There's definitely somebody home when you're hanging out with dolphins.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
Yo, like, can you do a really good dolphin noise?
I can't do it. No.
Mine was probably pretty bad. I can do other like stuff.
You're gonna edit that out. Let's be honest.
No, not.
You're gonna use it.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Okay.
King Eddie G Dolphin.
It's all in there. Like.
Oh my God! Remember the other day when we were talking about dolphins? Actually, remember we had that group chat, me, you, and Kelly, and you guys were saying some shit about fucking dolphins.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was, but you guys were definitely talking some shit about dolphins and quitting rap. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh fuck! I wish I could remember the context of all that. Yeah.
That was funny though. Anyway.
But anyways, so like, I like turtles.
Turtles are cute.
Are you more of like you like animals in the sea and the water over land animals?
No, I kind of fuck with coyotes a lot. Like,
Do you,
they're like a close second to sharks, and they're in trouble
Okay.
too. Like, a lot of people are afraid of coyotes, similar to how they're afraid of sharks.
All right.
And the media likes to portray them as like these vicious beasts that are gonna come like steal your baby or like eat your cat. But they're related to wolves and dogs, and they're super cool. And I've learned a lot of stuff about them lately. And they actually live here in Canada, in Ontario, in Hamilton, in Toronto, probably some here in Brantford, and yeah.
Okay, so I can see you're kind of in some of the animals that are people are afraid of. So you must have like been listening to some Mobb Deep, and you're not a shook one.
No, I'm not a shook one at all.
No. Like
I don't think I even feel fear like a normal person. Like,
No,
I don't feel it. It's not there.
I've literally like seen like your Instagram and think like, fuck, like something's gonna happen to that one. Like,
Don't.
I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, I hope nothing happens to her. Like, you know.
You're not the only one. Like, think about how my mom feels. Everybody's
Oh shit, yeah.
secretly worrying about me, but it's
I
gonna be
definitely
okay.
I definitely seen your Instagram and thought that. Like, I was like, oh, like, I hope nothing happens to her. Like,
But you know what?
but
if a
I
shark
can
mistake
tell.
were to happen or something were to happen, at least I'm doing what I want to do. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
blame me, animal. You know, for
Yeah,
putting
definitely.
myself in a position where I have no business to be anyway. You know,
Yeah.
and I've done that a lot of times and been okay every time. So
That's why I figured that what was that guy a couple years ago? The crocodile
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
I
Like,
went swimming with stingrays,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "I want to fuck up those stingrays for Steve Irwin."
Yeah, like I watched I'm not sure if you've seen this. I think the guy was called his name was Coco, but he would swim with this alligator.
Okay.
Because like he saved it when it was like a baby, like it got shot
That's super cool.
and like he like nursed it back to health, and now like he swims with the thing like he is like.
So my grandpa's a liar because when I was a kid and we would like ATV around, like in Florida, he had a house there.
Yeah.
There was baby alligators and crocodiles, and I was forever like, they're so cute, like I want to keep one, and they're like, it'll get big and kill you, like it's a crocodile, Jessica, like no.
Yeah.
So that
Well,
guy's
like,
living proof that that's a lie.
Like I guess the crocodile got shot in the head, and then he nursed it back to health for like 3 years, and then when he tried to bring it back to the water and bring it back into like it just kept on coming back
to him?
kept on coming back, and I think the reason why it doesn't attack him is, but he also feeds it.
Amazing.
I think if that crocodile had to go and hunt its own food,
It would be screwed.
I think he wouldn't be able to swim with it. I think that.
Yeah.
Like I think because he feeds it.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Exactly.
It
And
doesn't
if
have
you're
that.
accustomed to that, right?
It doesn't have that hunter's.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, if they were to release that alligator, it would kind of put humans at risk because the next human that kind of comes walking by, that alligator is going to expect food from them. And, you know, so
Right.
it might not turn out so good for the alligator. So
Right.
it's good that there's a person like him that, you know,
Yeah,
is...
and like he was training his daughter to and take care of it. Like I seen like his 5-year-old daughter like in the one picture is like
petting the alligator.
petting him.
It's so cool. Alligators are like dinosaurs, you know? And
Yeah.
they're a really cool species that we have here. And I actually seen them in the Everglades back in June. And they're big ones, but I was on like an airboat thing. And they're just like kind of swimming up to the boat and checking us out and stuff. And
So like, what do you think about like people having like their fish tanks in their house and like having like the fishes in the different like things.
fish tanks and stuff?
Yeah,
I don't think it's sustainable, and it's not good for fish.
Yeah.
Like the practices of how they actually get those fish from the ocean isn't good.
Right.
And then I don't know what happens on the way here, but I know that they're not guaranteed to arrive alive.
Yeah.
And then how long do they like survive in the tank? I don't know. But I just know that the process of taking fish from coral reefs and stuff is damaging. They use like a trawler type thing, and they just kind of scoop everything up, and it's bad for our oceans right now because our oceans are in some trouble.
Because when I was younger, and I was like trying to be a rapper, and I was like, I'm gonna blow up soon. And when I get my nice house, what I was planning on doing it was putting like walls as like fish tanks. Like
Maybe you just need to go snorkeling. Maybe you want to try that first and see.
Maybe I actually need to
you're
go
like
with them. Like
your spirit animal is the tropical fishes.
Yeah.
I think that we should do that. Try that first.
I'd do that.
That'd be pretty cool, right? So
yeah.
I went on like this.
I think I'd rather like swim through like all like the big schools of fishes and like all the like really cool color ones and shit like that. I think I'd rather do that than like for me personally than swim with like sharks and
I mean, nobody really starts with sharks, right?
Yeah.
But it's just kind of where, I don't know.
You're just like an OG of the game, so you're like, I'm up to sharks now.
No, it's not even like that. It was just like when I was a kid, I wanted to swim with dolphins. So my grandpa, he would take me like to this pier in Florida, or my dad, and there'd be like dolphins if we'd get there in the morning, like pods of dolphins.
Yeah.
And I was an amazing swimmer. I always loved the ocean. Since I was a little kid, I was going there. So I was always like, I want to jump in, like I want to swim with these dolphins, and I was never allowed because of the sharks. They would say like, oh, when there's sharks or when there's dolphins, there's sharks.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like everyone's just so afraid of sharks, and so I just decided like face my fear and meet a shark for myself and make my own opinion.
I think Jaws did a big thing for that.
And that's not even a real shark.
Yeah.
So, a good movie that actually does explain sharks, though, is Shark Water, or Shark Water Extinction.
Okay.
It gives a different perspective, a real perspective of sharks. And, yeah, it's something that everyone should see.
Okay. So, yeah, like, dinosaurs. We brought up dinosaurs a couple times. Like, I think, like, it'd be a fucking... Like, do you think dinosaurs actually make the real noises that like they make in like Jurassic Park movies and shit like that?
I don't know, but like, could you imagine how different like our forests and shit would be if dinosaurs still existed? Like, it'd be so fucked up. Walking to work and like a pterodactyl just like scoops your dog,
right? Or scoops you,
right? Like, right? Like, it'd be so fucked up.
Yeah.
And we're scared of coyotes.
What do you think of
humans? We're terrible. I'm just kidding.
Komodo Dragons.
I seen a Komodo dragon in the Toronto Zoo back before I kind of didn't fuck with zoos. Yeah. And I think they're super cool.
Yeah, I think like I've looked at like different animals. I'm like, man, that's definitely an OG right there. Like,
right?
You don't want to fuck with that. And I have a big thing on my YouTube about me and Molly were talking about hippos.
Yeah, hippos.
Hippos are cool. Like,
hippos kill more people than sharks.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah, because like when they seem pretty cool and calm, but when they snap,
right?
They snap. Like,
and people probably just get super close to them because they think like selfie. Like, I don't know how hippo attacks really. Can you tell me how do hippo attacks happen?
Well, I didn't see it with humans.
Okay.
But I seen it with like crocodiles.
Okay.
So like normally like the crocodile hippos be in the same water as crocodiles and kind of like just push them around, kind of bully them, like kind of like just play with them. Mm-hmm. Like they're not actually attacking them. Like when they're both on the shore, like you'll see a hippo just come up and start pushing them around, and the alligator's like the thing is so much bigger that like the gator can't do nothing, so it just it just tries to move away from it. But I seen the one clip where the gator got the baby hippo. Uh-huh. And like ate it.
Oh no!
And like the whole like the hippos, the bigger hippos, seen it happening, and then, like.
Did he come fuck up the gator?
Man, the gator was like getting like crazy fucked up, like flown in the air. Like here's a big ass fucking full size gator getting thrown in the air, like.
Oh my god!
And like
you gotta think about the person with the camera actually taking this video. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so I like hippos. They eat for 7 hours straight. That's cool.
That's cool.
They eat grass for 7 hours straight.
I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so I can fuck with that.
I'm a fat guy, so I can fuck with eating for 7 hours straight.
Common ground.
Right? So, you're just a vegetarian? Are you vegan?
No comment.
Okay. So, but for vegetarian meals, like what do you normally eat? 'Cause I remember the one time we were out and you're like, I'm kind of hungry, and I was like, well, what do you eat? And you're like, chips.
Yeah, I'm that one. So I eat like basically pasta, pizza, candy.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to get a little more healthier, but yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy my food. I don't starve. There's an amazing vegan restaurant. It's called Disgraceland. It's where the Sea Shepherds hang out in Toronto. Yeah, I had some deep fried Oreos from there, and they were amazing.
I could try out some vegan places and see if I actually like the replacements of like things.
Yeah, like I made like a vegan lasagna. You can't even taste the difference. So.
Nice. So yeah, coyotes. Like, where'd that start?
Honestly, because I was kind of scared of them. You know how I do a lot of trails and stuff. So somebody was just like, hey, like, there's coyotes in the woods or whatever. And so I went home and I just kind of like started Googling coyotes. And then I found a video. It's called Meet the Coy Wolf on YouTube. And it was just like all about like coyotes and coy wolves and like coyote wolf hybrids. Super, super cool documentary. Yeah. And then after that, I just kind of became fascinated with them. And yeah, their populations are kind of expanding in our areas.
Yeah.
So if you get to see one, you're like a lucky person because they're super like elusive. They come out at night most of the time. They try to avoid humans as best as they can. But yeah, they're super cute. They're wild dogs. Like, what do we have like here in Ontario that's cooler than a wild dog? I mean...
Yeah.
You know, we don't have sharks and crocodiles and hippos.
Right.
But we have coyotes, and a lot of them are kind of ending up, you know, sadly as like, you know, Canada goose coats and stuff like that. And, you know, people, they don't get very upset about it because the news and the media...
What's that? I didn't catch that. So what, the coyotes are...
They get trapped, and their fur is used for, like, the trim on a Canada goose coat.
Okay.
And so, like, a lot of people, like, I've noticed, like, a big trend in people wearing Canada goose coats lately. And I think that's to do with why the media likes to portray coyotes in a certain way. Like, that they're vicious.
So they can kill them and then...
Yeah, like, similar to the sharks and the fins.
Yeah, like...
You know what I mean? Because otherwise people would be pissed off.
I never even thought about,
if I went and killed my dog, Aries, you know, you've met Aries.
Yeah.
And, or if she died on her own or whatever... And then I just said, hey, you know what? I'm going to use your fur as a coat. People think I was a fucking weirdo. But it's a trend. And people sometimes, you know, blindly follow trends. Unfortunately. And that's the sad thing about humans.
If you made him, like, after he passed, if you made, like...
Then I guess that would be, like, a love thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd be like, yo, that's my dog.
Right?
My dog, fam. Yo, pass my dog.
I put her as, like, a pillow or something, though.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I wouldn't put her on my coat.
Right.
I don't know, maybe then I could take her on walks with me all the time, but still, like, that's not what's happening. We're not talking about domestic dogs here.
Okay.
So, and it's sad because they put them on a trap. Quick couple facts about coyotes: they mate for life, so they're kind of better than us in that way. Like,
okay, kind of like swans? Is it swans that do that?
I don't know.
I think it's swans that it's one of those kind of birds like that.
Yeah, so
they mate for life.
But like dogs don't normally do that. Like my sister's dog will fuck anything. Yeah. You know, and my dog probably would too if she wasn't fixed. But with coyotes, as soon as they mate,
I've never been called a dog before.
You have been called a dog before.
Yeah.
Hey. Yay! Me too. Me too. That's good. That's a good one. But yeah, I don't know. So they're super cool animals. Yeah, I just love them. That's why I fuck with them. I go try to find them all the time. I harass people like, hey, they'll be like, want to hang out? I'm like, sure, but we're gonna go walk in the woods and look for coyotes. It's kind of what I do on my off time.
As far as like domestic pets, like I think I'm way more of a dog person than a cat person. How do you feel about cats?
I love my cat. Like
yeah,
because he's super independent.
Are you more of a cat person than a dog person?
Like.
No, is some tough for you or what?
Like, I'd rather snuggle my cat than my dog.
Okay.
But, like, I'd rather take my dog to the trail. Like, my cat can't come with me.
Yeah.
I like them the same.
Okay.
I love them both the same.
I'm more of a dog person myself. Yeah.
You're my dog.
Where my dog's at? I'm a big DMX fan.
I can tell. You were listening to DMX before it came?
Facts. All the time. DMX, he just got out of jail and I guess he's making new music with Swiss.
No way.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yo, so Yeah, so people wearing like fur coats in videos, like what is like, I don't even know what some of the animals are. Like, what's like the most common?
So like Arctic fox would be like a white fur.
Okay.
Regular fox would
Yeah.
be a fur, and then coyote and wolf.
So foxes are usually, and wolf.
Yeah.
Coyote. Okay. I always like wolves. I don't know, like my mom, she's native, so we've always had like
respect,
like different artwork of animals.
Okay.
Around the house, we had like a bunch of wolves, bears,
yeah.
shit.
Okay.
And, usually wolves and bears. Usually are mostly it. Turtles too.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Bears too. Like, it'd be so cool to actually see a bear in real life.
Yeah.
And live to tell about it.
That's what we are, a bear clan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah. What do you think about some of these hybrid animals?
What do you mean?
Like I seen a thing recently. So like there's wolves have mated with coyotes.
Yeah, that's
So
what
it's
I was
like-
kind of talking about.
And there's like I seen a thing where they had a liger, so it was a tiger and
A lion.
a lion, and the thing was like 900 pounds. Like it was like, but they say like a lot of these hybrid animals are stronger than
Regular.
either one of the animals that they came from.
I think that would make sense because they would have a little bit of both qualities,
Yeah.
right? Super cool. I think really it's just cool to see species thriving and evolving and, turning into what they're meant to turn into. And, if, what did you say it was? A tiger and a lion?
Yeah.
If a tiger and a lion fall in love, then that's great.
Like,
I've actually heard of domestic dogs running off with coyotes. Like, so say you have a dog and your dog's not fixed or whatever, and then, a coyote comes walking along, opposite sex. Sometimes dogs have been known to like escape and actually run away with a coyote and kind of join a pack. So that's cool too.
You know what's crazy with like even like you get certain things from the mother, certain things from the father. Me, like my mom, she's left-handed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she can pop her thumb out like that on both hands.
Yeah.
But I can only do it on my left.
Because you only got it a little bit.
Because like my
dad doesn't do it?
my dad can't do it, so I can't push that thumb out like that on my right hand. But my mom can do that on both hands, but I can only do it, and she's left-handed. My dad's right-handed.
That's so cool.
So it's like it
You're
really
like,
shows.
I'm living proof.
It really shows like both sides of like the,
Yeah, man.
I think that's kind of cool. Like and like I don't know. Maybe a couple years ago, I really started like thinking about okay, what are my qualities from each,
Yeah.
But yeah, with the hybrids, like you can really like see like with some of the things with tigers, like there were stripes, but they weren't like as potent.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout it.
Like jaguars, like or panthers.
Yeah.
The ones that are just like they look totally black.
What do you think about I can only say it one way, but it's leopard. I have to say leopard like that. Like
okay, so I seen a leopard shark, which was pretty cool, and I didn't
a
know
leopard
that.
shark.
Right, I didn't even know it was a thing until it popped out. Yeah, it's like super cool, like flat looking shark with like leopard spots, and it's even tanned. I have a video of it actually. I'll show you it.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I
always got that from the Dave Chappelle skit when like he has the Mexican guy in the store and he's trying to sell him something with his car and a car seat or something like that and it's leopard. And the guy goes, "But it's leopard." And the guy's like, funny. "Fuck, I gotta do it now." Like he said, like, "But it's leopard," so I just have to say leopard like that, like whenever I say it. But I think leopards are probably the coolest like animal like skin looking.
Yeah, they're super.
But I like to see like the leopard shark. I think that would be super cool.
Maybe you'll meet one day when you're snorkeling with the fishes.
I don't know. You kind of got me a little bit. See, I'm a little bit scared there. You're like, you might meet one. I'm like, shit. I'm like, turn around.
Because I was on a snorkel, and my sister and my friend came, and they're like not for excursions. They're not like all about that, but I convinced them to come. They were drunk. Yeah. So we go out. This is just like Cuba on like a snorkel with fish, and my sister was in the water for like 5 seconds, and then she gets up, sits on the boat, and just keeps drinking her beer. And she decided that she was gonna like throw bread in the water.
Yeah.
To like get the fish to swarm us. So we were like getting swarmed by like big schools of like gross fish touching us. And so I'm just like swimming around, not really paying attention. And fast forward a couple years, I'm going over like my GoPro footage, and I'm like trying to delete stuff. And so I'm watching this video back of April like whipping the bread and laughing and like all the chaos and stuff. And there was like a giant, I don't know if it was like a stingray or a manta ray, but it was big. Like it was 3 times the size of like a human. And it was just like hanging out there. And yeah, and nobody noticed it.
Oh shit.
And I wouldn't have even noticed it had I not watched that like old footage, but it was crazy. So yeah, you never know who's hanging out. You know, that's the cool thing about the ocean, and that's kind of why I became a scuba diver, is that it's an ever-changing environment. Like you can go and dive or snorkel or whatever in one area and see something different every time, and that's kind of the cool thing about it, right?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So I like that.
Yeah. Pretty much, I walk outside here and I see different crackheads every day.
Yeah, buddy.
So it's like, it's similar. But, yeah, so, tell people, like, where they can get at, like, sea shepherds, and tell them the whole...
What do you mean?
Like, if they want to support sea shepherds, or they want to get into it.
Follow Operation Milagro. It's a super important campaign. It's important to me because we're trying to save the vaquita. It's the smallest porpoise. It's like a dolphin. And it's in Mexico. My best friend, she's been there for 2.5 years on a boat. And they've been, attacked by the cartel. It's super, 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 super crazy over there. But proceeds from, people that support us help feed our crew. They help fuel our ships, and they help keep our campaigns going. I think right now we have between 12 and 14 boats, all run by volunteers that are just passionate about whatever their cause is. And, there's websites and stuff. Check out, like, Sea Shepherd on Facebook, Instagram. It's an amazing, amazing organization, and lots of people can get involved for sure.
Okay. From
all walks of life. So we have some like really cool supporters, some artists, but we also go to like schools, just to kind of like spread awareness and let people know what's going on, and that there's these opportunities out there so that people can make a difference.
We almost forgot to talk about Marineland.
All right. TikTok.
So
TikTok Marineland. The show's almost over.
So I'll tell you the stuff that I looked up, and you probably know more than. So I watched the video the Joe Rogan podcast that you sent me.
Hey. Joe Rogan is the man, and he's super. So
funny. Then what was really crazy was like how much money that like Marineland really has. Like when they were saying about they're willing to put up more money than the government was willing to like pay to like. With their lawyers, they're like, hey, we're just gonna put up this amount of money and pay it. Mm-hmm. So then, like,
and there's goons.
Like the government's like, well, we don't want to put that much of the taxpayers' money in towards this. So like, they kind of backed off, like, and like it's crazy to like, like there's certain people in this world that have like so much power, like some of the people that own like the big banks and shit like that. And I seen for what was it? Mating some of the animals is illegal in the States.
Yep.
But in Canada, they can do it here, and then ship them to the States.
For sure.
And a lot of the animals that are in these things are come from Russia.
Yep.
And
actually, John Holler was caught here in Canadian waters trying to trap beluga whales for his.
Oh, okay.
For his facility or whale drill.
And
that's the owner of Marineland, by the way, John Holler.
Yeah, and like the guy was like really saying like a lot of like how Marineland is just so fucked up. How
there's dead whales buried all over the property.
Like how much like chlorine, what's that pumping in the water?
Chlorine.
Chlorine.
Yeah, it's to the point where like, okay, if you've ever been like swimming in a pool, right?
Yeah.
Like a public pool, and like actually opened your eyes underwater.
Yeah.
And then when you come out, you like basically have to like rub your eyes, and they kind of burn from like the chlorine.
Yeah.
Think about the dolphins and whales in there with that chlorine, and they can't leave. It's burning their skins. It's making them go blind. And so a friend of mine was actually like a trainer at Marineland, and just couldn't handle it anymore. Yeah. And reported what he had seen that was going on in the park, which kind of sparked this whole like anti-dolphin, anti-whale captivity bill that, by the way, just passed. Nice. So we'll never have any more dolphins or whales in captivity in Canada again, and that's a law.
Awesome.
Thanks to one individual and then like a group of people that kind of, followed the lead of that individual. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Great work there. Yeah.
Yep. So it just shows like if you care about something and you want to change it, you try really, really hard, even when the odds are against you, it's possible.
So what would you say? You said just in Canada?
Yeah, it's a Canada-wide ban.
So what about the States? Like
It's still okay in the States. It's still okay in a lot of places in the world. Yeah. Right now they have a bunch in Russia that they're gonna send to China because China's gonna basically start doing their whale thing.
What's the American
SeaWorld?
SeaWorld. Yeah, so they have a big one in Florida and one in California.
Yep.
And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where I'm really going with it. I don't know too much about it, but I
There's a whale there that ate a person. Is that what you're trying to talk about? The Blackfish movie. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay, so there's this movie. It came out a couple years ago. It's on Netflix, actually.
Yeah.
It's called Blackfish. And it's about this whale, wild-caught whale, that's responsible for the death of, I think, 3 or 4 people.
Oh, wow.
The same whale. And he's, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure he's passed away. Maybe not, I don't know, so don't quote me on that. I try to not follow everything because it can make your heart kind of sad.
Oh, for sure.
But, yeah, his name was Telecom, and he was caught in the wild, and he's killed a couple people. And so they made a documentary about it just to help people understand that these apex predators, are not meant to live in pools for the entertainment of humans. If you want to see killer whales, I was in Mexico in January. There's a organization there, it's Pelagic Safari. You can go swimming with killer whales. You don't even need to be a scuba diver. Yeah. So like jump on a plane and go to Mexico. It's probably cheaper than going to Florida, to be honest. I've been to both places. And yeah, I experienced it that way in their habitat where they can, show you what they're really like.
Yeah, what do you think about I heard there's the zoo in China that they have this big area where all the animals just run loose, and for people to come through and see it, they have this truck and all the people are in this big cage and they drive through this area.
Is it like African Lion Safari?
But it's oh yes, yeah, be the same shit, yeah.
See, it's weird, as a Canadian country, we're not any better. We're doing the same shit.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of African Lion Safari, but yeah.
I know, and I wonder what happens when the lions get too close, or what's the protocol for that situation. I don't know, but I don't know. I just think animals, they just have a right to be what they are, and left kind of as they are, and let nature just take its course the way that it's meant to. And
do you think lions ever tell each other the truth? Because they always be lying.
Me and lions have something in common.
You lie a lot?
No. Nope.
I think that was a lie right there. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up. It's SEDGTV. And boom.
Boom.
We out. That's one of my other calls. I can do the as well.
I've got none of those.
You get none of those? Okay. All right.
Baby shark.